And I said, "Excuse me, I'm Madeira's mother." And she said, "Oh, no, you can't be." And I said, "Well, why not?" She said, "Well, Madeira looks nothing like you." And I said, "Well, what parent do you look like? You look like your mom or your dad?" And she said, "Well, I have brown hair like my mom, but you don't look anything like Madeira." And I said, "Well, Madeira's dad has darker skin and dark hair, and it's curly. And she favors her dad more." And she looked at me again and she said, "There is just no way that you can be Madeira's mother." And I felt Madeira moving closer to me, putting her arm around me, just kind of in a defense, just a little nervous. And so I immediately changed the subject and I said, "What was that your mom fixed for you in your lunch?"
A seemingly simple act, eating lunch with my mother, turned out to be a revelation. I might have had Sarah's heartfelt personality and Mom's smile, Adam's love for technology and Dad's stubborn attitude, but to everyone else and even me, I looked nothing like my family. Strangers couldn't say right off the bat, "Oh, she's a Halstead," or "Oh, she's a Dennison." It's such a small detail to pick at, but it would change my life forever. I would begin to notice details far more than my old self would have ever thought. For instance, when my mom takes me to dinner with her real estate clients, they expect to meet this beautiful, blonde-haired, blue-eyed daughter. Instead, they meet the complete opposite. I've been asked if I was adopted, if I was a family friend or an exchange student, but the one that I get the most is never even spoken. It's in people's eyes. When these complete strangers take in that I am mixed and that my father isn't around, their manner changes. They are disgusted. Like my mom was loose and Hunter and I were mistakes. Love children. We had a drunken black father somewhere out in the world making the same mistake with another woman. But I bet if Hunter and I were completely white, they would never in the slightest make that assumption. Being confused for different races is something I deal with daily. Nobody ever guesses the races I really am. Around the time of 9/11, I remember going to pick up my sister from the airport while the security guards followed us, thinking we were Middle Eastern. Sometimes people ask if I am Cuban or Mexican, Brazilian, Asian. The sad part is that I always have to choose between the ethnicities I really am. Is there a law which states I can't be a mixture of black and white, European and Native American? Why do even my friends say that I act white or eat like a black girl? See, many don't realize how much easier it is to think that they are either black or white, because you automatically fit into a category. I will never be able to just fit in. I'm a walking identity crisis. Sometimes, like I know Hunter has thought of too, I wish I wasn't everything. However, I didn't realize how much my environment influenced my thoughts until I moved to the middle of Los Angeles, California for a couple of months. Virginia, although rich in history and beauty, is not the most open-minded place. Generations of families have lived for centuries in the valleys and cities of VA, and are not too keen on change. California is the complete opposite. Los Angeles has so many ethnic areas and people that white, black, Asian, and Hispanic children walking around and playing in the streets are the typical day. No surprise. It was accepted, and they were proud to be who they were. I actually felt like I belonged. Here comes the epiphany. These people who make assumptions about my family and me, whether they be distant relatives or complete strangers, only know what they've been exposed to. It doesn't matter who I grew up with or how much it changed my attitude on things. My soul is the same, no matter my exposure. And for the record, isn't being mixed or blended all part of this new generation, all coming together to be one? Wasn't America's purpose in its establishment for its citizens to live and be free to be able to choose what we could do or who we could marry? We might still be dealing with racial tensions or hate crimes when it comes to sexual orientation, but we've gotten a lot closer to the American dream. Isn't the mixing of cultures to become a peaceful, accepting society what the citizens of America want? What the world wants? I'm not saying everyone will be equal in wealth and luxury, but at least no one will be ashamed of being multicultural or part of a blended family. We would all instead be judged by our character. So yes, Barack Obama is black, but so am I. He is also white, just as white as me. He can be called the first black president, but that's not enough for me. In my eyes, he is the first true American president, a mixture of cultures that have found a balance and make him proud to be who he is. Maybe he never really fit in, whether he was in Honolulu, with his grandparents, with his mother, or with his father's family from Kenya. No matter what, he still had goals and was determined to follow them through. To me, Obama is the first huge step America has taken to meet what the Founding Fathers asked of us in the Constitution. All men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There are 2 reasons why I did this. Number 1, I want to let the people, the kids who are mixed and confused like me, know that they are not alone. I want them to not be afraid of who they are and to stand proud. Do what you want. The sky's the limit. I promise that one day it will be typical to see sun-kissed golden skin as the majority in America. Number 2, I want to show the people who have no idea or have never been exposed to cultural diversity and interracial relationships to know that it is okay where our world is heading. There is nothing strange about Hunter and me, or the millions like us. What's strange is what we have to deal with. Cultures are different, not genetic makeup.
All you ever have to hope for two. And the way you seem to flow, circumnavigating home, and I seem to lose control with you.
Maybe you'll never understand my family dynamics or my logic. Maybe you can't comprehend a world of mixed traditions, cultures, and unclear race lines. And it's okay if you don't get it either. Of course, it's just the way I see it.